Hi. How's it going this Monday? Fun day. Beginning of many people's work week, although I don't think we have such a traditional work schedule anymore. A lot of people work remotely. A lot of people work over the weekends and have like a split Tuesday, Thursday off, or, Wednesday, Thursday is their weekend. So whatever. It's Monday and I'm here. I'm Lucinda. Hello. So yay. Yay. The weather is getting warmer, which I like. Right now, today it's supposed to be about 77, 78. That's perfect temperatures for me. In another 3 weeks, you're going to hear me complaining that, it's over 85 every day. And then in August, September, October, for sure, you'll be hearing me say, oh my God, it's 100 and I'm dying. And then, it'll be freezing cold. Life goes on, right? So if you weren't here on Friday, and a lot of people weren't, no one's here yet today, I've halfway set up my office space here at my homestead, so that's good. As you can see, my closet space. I have I'm just rambling because no one's in here. I have a antique quilt top that was stitched together but never stitched to a bottom material. And I think I'm going to put that on a curtain that I have just with safety pins because I do want to make it into a quilt and use that as a cover over this closet. This eventually is going to get built into a wooden door closet or maybe just a curtain rod. I don't know. But it is what it is for now because up until 3 months ago, this was not my permanent space. It was still owned by my parents. It is now sometime in July will be mine. So now I can do what I want. But up to that point, I didn't feel right about doing too many changes. Now I can. So I had one person come in and go right back out. I love YouTube. I don't know what happened. I say this all the time, but I think I'm going to say it for a while because it's mystifying. Before my father's passing in the beginning of March, I had lots of regulars who were always here and sales were good. Now I know why sales are not good. It's a really hard time. Inflation, being frightened, a lot of reasons. I get that. But I have over 380 subscribers, finally. And yet, here I am sitting here and nobody here. Yeah. I don't know. It's like I could give my whole preamble, but what's the point if nobody's here? I have also, in addition to getting my office together, I am getting back to Mondays being a mix of vintage household and vintage costume jewelry with some, modern jewelry always thrown in here and there as I see fit. Mondays are generally a day in the jewelry arena where I try to bring pieces that have lower cost for those who are, I was just rambling about it, budget minded. Whereas Friday is just vintage, sometimes antique jewelry. Very rarely a few household items thrown in. And it's a show and tell. So, I bring up an item and we talk about it. And that way I continue to learn. You continue to learn what it is that you are seeing when you are out there buying. in the YouTube world, at yard sales, thrift stores, you can start to recognize certain distinguishing features and know if it's worth the price tag, if it's $1 million find, etc. Right? And it's just a slower pace. Now, my last 2 Fridays were clearance. Everything I brought is available the last 2 Fridays in a row up till this evening. And that's it. They're never coming back. And there was a lot of items. And I even left a comment on last Friday's sale saying, if you bought 3 or more items, you could take additional money off those items. But, I haven't gotten any response. So that just kind of, I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's just the times. I don't know if it's because I lost my algorithm, even though I have way more subscribers. I don't know. But I'm here. So I have one person. Hello, one person in the Lurkers Lounge. I'm going to get going and we're going to see what happens. Okay. Mixture of jewelry, household. My name is Lucinda. It's right there on the screen. I think it's over there in StreamYard, but for me, it's over here. If I don't know you haven't bought from me before, and yours is the winning bid, I need, like every reseller out there, your YouTube name, your real name, your shipping address with a zip code, and your PayPal email address, because it very likely is different than your regular email address. And even if it isn't, please put it on the bottom so that I don't have to try to figure out that part, okay? And I bill through PayPal, and I use Pirate Ship. Pirate Ship saves you about 1/3 in shipping. I do 2-week build of boxes for you, okay? So instead of, this is the beginning of week 1. Instead of buying one item and being charged $4 to $6 for shipping, you could buy 3 or 4. Or if you buy household, we can stuff jewelry in there. It saves me time on invoicing. It saves me time on shipping, and it potentially saves you money. Now, that said, I rolled last Friday, just this last one, into the 2-week build-a-box, which officially made it 3 weeks. I did not do a Monday last week. And I just invoiced everyone out. All of that is out. As soon as I get paid, the boxes will go out this week. I had some family stuff going on. And, well, family, I don't know. It's just me and my father's son and my daughter. Anyway, nephew. My parents are gone. I had some estate stuff that took my bandwidth. And that's what I needed to deal with. So, with that said, I'm going to add another bangle, or actually a different one because it's a little warm today, on to my wrist. And I'm just going to get going. And I'll see if anyone comes in. And based on, these are the ones I just took off. Old Bakelite and tortoiseshell spacers. And I just put on this like 1960s, 1970s color changing. I love this one. I love all of them, but I love plastic. If you've ever been here before, you know that about me. Hopefully my animals won't act up too much during the sale. They tend to do that. Okay, I've got one person. I'm going to go through it, and because I only have, and I don't do recaps, so I'm actually going to write this down, the prices, because I don't usually compile a list and go through all that. But since there's nobody here, we're going to do it. Okay, I'm going to bring up my first item. Starting bid of 18. Thank you to whoever is here. I think these are fabulous. And you know what? I'm not sure that I've shown these before. And if I did, it was maybe once in a long time ago. I have to get used to my new ring light overhead. And beside me in this room. The light is very different. This is a 3-footed indented right here, swoop down. Look at that. It's crystal. Let me see if you can hear it. Hear the high-pitched tinge? That's crystal. There is no labels. They're gone. I do not know if these, they definitely have the vintage, all the vintage swoops, right? I think they're vintage. Could I tell you what year they're from? No. They're crystal. They absolutely sold for a lot more than $18. There are 2 of them. They do have some candle wax on the top. That was how I bought them. They sparkle and shine in the sun. They're really, really pretty. Let's see. If I do like that, there, I will give you an actual measurement, but I'm guessing they're about 9 inches tall. They're just gorgeous in person. I did do a preview, so y'all were able to see that this time. So let me give you a measurement and I will move on. If I don't get a lot of people or any people in my sale today, I will shut it down early. It's about 8.5 inches tall. 8.5 inches tall. I will shut the sale down early because it doesn't make sense. Look at that. They're beautiful. Just take my, and that, you can hear it. Lead crystal. I will shut the sale down early because if nobody's here, then nobody's paying attention. I do have a couple people who email me regularly afterwards and inquire about items and purchase them, but I don't have enough. So, I don't need, I don't need the airtime. I can do something else. Monte is okay. I appreciate always people coming in. I appreciate being here. I appreciate the appreciation mutual of vintage and antique. And I appreciate chatting. This is my community. This is my passion. This is my world. But if no one's even chatting with me, then I just get bored. This is a Royal Stratford fine bone china, handcrafted in Staffordshire, England. Fine bone china. That's, as far as I understand it, another name for porcelain. This is beautiful. Look at the flowers. Starts at 14. This to me looks like a type of peony, but I've never seen that blue. Someone, if you know what that is, let me know. Ooh, look at the yellow. I don't know what that is, but I want that in my garden. There's another blue, a little bit lighter. There is a rose with those beautiful leaves in the middle. Now, I will say there is one place where I found a chip, which is, as we all know, if you know about these, really amazing because they tend to chip relatively easily. Right here. That blue flower is missing its curled up part. But until I pointed that out, I didn't see it. You didn't see it. And the leaves, there's just a stack of them in there to make it really seem like a very realistic little vase full of spring flowers. And this has some definition as well, which makes it really neat. It's just a small little guy. It's a little heavy, maybe 1/4 pound, maybe less. and it is about 3.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. Absolutely stunning piece. And I'm unclear if I've showed, there's nothing missing in here. There just isn't a leaf there. I'm unclear. Yeah, nope, there's nothing missing there. I'm unclear if I've ever showed this before either. Maybe, but again, not for quite a while. I think it might have been, it's going to go down. I think it might have been one of the pieces that I got right towards the end of my caregiving days. Oh, I'm not highlighting. Hello, people who came in. Thank you. I'm not highlighting. I forgot. I will. That makes it easier for people who watch on the replay and for me later. Okay. So let's bring these out. These are going to start at $22. Let's highlight it. I don't write my jewelry prices down because they're forever fluctuating. These are clip-on copper. They are not Renoir. Yeah, that's right. Renoir. They are not Renoir. They are not signed, but they are late 1950s. They're done in the Renoir style. I think they're incredible. I love the copper work like this. Here's the back. These are a very collectible item, especially if they were signed by Renoir or if they were like a multicolored, more in-depth dimensional Matisse with enamel work and copper. However, any of these copper items are hold their value. I have a collection I've had for a long time. This is one of the pieces I've had for a long time. All I know is that it's ethnic. I don't think there was any. It's very MCM, coming right into the MCM period. There wasn't meant to be, at least not to my knowledge. I wasn't the maker. I wasn't there. Disparities, racism, prejudice. I don't do that. I don't buy those type of items or bring them to my sale. Here's what it would look like on your ear. Again, I collect them and hide them away because I love the copper. I love the workmanship. And they are an inch long. They're an inch long. Started at 22. Let me put this one back on I got several new jewelry holders. It makes life a heck of a lot easier. I'm just going to put it over here and hope that I remember that I brought it all. Okay. Passing on that, and I'm not going to type that in every time. I hope that the couple of people I have here are having a good day. How about this? Anyone want to say hi? Tell me how your Monday is going. Okay, I just was talking about all my plastic bangles. I took off a bunch of Bakelite and tortoiseshell. I have plastic bangles galore. I just showed a whole bunch, all different kinds, on my clearance. Cherry red Bakelite for like pennies. And nobody wanted any of them. So if nobody is interested in these either, I will take these over to Whatnot Knickknacks. And the younger crowd is buying them like crazy. So these are a dark blue. The color is better when I'm further back. Marbleized pattern. Thick cut. See that? Thick cut, kind of oval square. And why am I not keeping these? Might be a question, right? They are too small for me, or I would be. I think these are from the 80s or 90s. It's an overlay kind of print instead of a full plastic swirl. You see the inside color is that blue, and then this is a overlay. Now, see what I mean? It's too small to get on my wrist. So my wrist is a 7.25, beginning of ladies medium. I would say that I will measure the inside diameter, but I would say these are probably, to be safe, I'd go with a 6.5, the size 6.5. And the inside is 2.5. So, I mean, that could say to some people up to 6.75, but I'm not comfortable with that because they are very small and my fingers are not that big. I think they're fabulous. They're heavy. And they're fun. Think about the summer. Think about the beach. Perfect. Okay. Going to pass on those. And, you know, if anyone is here that watched my preview and is interested in something in the preview specifically, drop it in the chat and I will bring that item up next if that's all you're interested in. And then that way you don't have to sit here through the whole sale if you only are looking for that one thing. Okay? And you know me, I mix it up. I don't go in any particular order. Where did it go? Okay, now listen. My rings, there it is. My ring sizer was right there and it disappeared. Now this is a vintage. It's vintage, but how vintage is it? I'm unclear about that. However, I love it. And it starts at 24. It could be completely 1970s. The turquoise leads me to feel that way, but it also could be a repop in the 2000s. And there's no real way for me to know. It is sterling silver. It is 925. And on my ring sizer, the bottom right here comes down to an 8. But because it's got two sides, the top and the bottom, two parts with the open, not full circle work and the indents, I would like to say 7.5 to be on the safe side. Because I find that sizing with these, like, okay, here, this is why. Look at the back. See how it swirls down, and when you're on this side, look at that. So let's actually size it doing that. Yeah, so when I turn it around like that, then see, it's like a 7.25. So I'm comfortable with that. 7.25. I really, really like the design of this piece. It's not just like a plain spoon ring. They did all this indents The turquoise is really nice with that black running through it. And there you go. And I could keep it and wear it just like how I wear this one all the time. And I've shown this maybe 3 times. So you know me, if I start getting into needing to show it too many times, I'm going to keep it. And I don't want to please someone. I have so much jewelry. So there you go. 7.25 to be on the safe side. Now it might, see, this is a 7.5 to 8. I just don't want to tell you the wrong size. And then, it does go below that knuckle, but nonetheless. Okay. So that's what we're working with right now. And we'll say pass. We'll say pass. Now, since I'm not, well, I could be. Hold on. And I don't do recaps, so I haven't shown that many items. If someone comes in and they're interested in something, you can do the go to your speed settings and go to 2x and go through. You can step out and watch the preview, and then you can ask me, hey, I'm interested in that item. Did it sell? And I will happily bring it back up for you. My goal is to sell, not to keep. This is going to start at $20. I'm going to write that down. Okay, starts at $20. This is an antique red and white candy striped crystal. Hear it? Paper thin vase. Now the red is definitely darker. See the red? I wish I had, I need to get those different pieces of paper. I wonder if my old dolly would help to show this color a little better. Yes, a little bit. It still looks brownish, but it's a very light red pulled with the white. Okay. Okay, Dolly, thank you for helping me. And so we have the fluted top. You can see the old lines of the pulled glass. Or at least I hope you can. When I find things like this, I'm always amazed that they have survived. And look how the swirl comes together down here. This is European. This is some serious glass craft. And then it comes back out down at the bottom into this swirl down here. This is open. And it's tiny. $20. I've sold one like this in the past for $40. This is a good price. I'm always afraid I'm going to drop these. That's how tall it is. I think it's about 5 inches, and I will pack this really well. About 5.5 inches tall, and the opening on top is a little more than 1.5, not quite. And it's just exquisite. And it is see at the bottom, that's the red. And it paper thin. Yep. I've been worried my cat likes to climb up. here when I'm doing sales and when I arrange stuff, and I've been like, oh, please. She never disrupts anything. She's only knocked something over once, but it didn't break. And in my mind, I'm thinking, this is going to be the piece. This is going to be the one she breaks. So far, no. Okay. This is going to be a start. And in keeping with, just so y'all, I did a whole preamble. Nobody was here in the beginning. In keeping with my preamble about economic times and all of that, I really have lowered my prices as much as I can. And my clearance sale was really low, and I put information under the last sale. You can only claim until tonight about an additional discount because those items aren't coming back, and I thought I brought them at a really good price. I will need to highlight. I'm sorry. I keep thinking I'm back in the groove of everything, and I'm not. This is this gorgeous mesh choker. It does not say anywhere on it Whiting and Davis. It absolutely would if it was them. It wouldn't. It would have had a hang tag. And also, I believe, be on the clasp or somewhere. And there's nothing on here, but everything about it says Whiting and Davis. So it's got this hanging tassel and this double metal loop. Then the mesh kind of bows out. It's so shiny. Creates a swirl. Here's the end cap. So I'll put it on Dolly. It is definitely, here's the hook. Normally I would say a hook like this is a 1950s. I think this is early 60s. I could be wrong. It could be earlier, but I don't quite get that feeling. Here's the end cap with the ball. My white Dolly is where? Not here. Oh, here it is. Sorry. And this is Maxine. This is Maxine. So let me show you on Maxine. Sorry, y'all. Let's just hold it there. Ooh, I can feel the heat now. I didn't feel it until this minute. It's because the sun's been on the building long enough, on the house. There you go. It's a really beautiful, and this is hollow. It's a gorgeous mesh necklace. Anyone remember these? Because I sure do. And if the extender is all the way extended, it falls right here. So it's not choking me, but it is short, about 14 inches. And then with the drop, about 17. Yep. Okay. Started at 24. It's going down. And I'm going to put Dolly, or excuse me, that's Maxine over there. Okay. Welcome in. Thank you for coming to take a peek. I appreciate it. If nothing else, if you can give me a thumbs up, that would be lovely. And again, if you saw anything on the preview that you're interested in, let me know. I do not do recaps. Oh, no. Sorry. I'm not taking a union break. That was hilarious. Okay. This is a very well made piece, probably from the 60s, possibly the 50s. It is very heavy. I can't believe it does not have a maker. This is one of my favorite patterns. It is fully articulated in between each one. It has a I forgot I forgot the name of the clasp as I'm talking. Anyway, it has a clasp like that. It's not a hinge. It's not that hooks into a jump ring. And then on the front, highlight. There you go. On the front is all of these faux jewels. No damage to any of them. It's upside down to me. Let's turn it around. This is really cool. So there's a faux pearl. This is a composite. Guess it's plastic. Yeah, some type of older plastic heart that looks like turquoise, meant to look like coral is my assumption right there. This is a like medallion flame with two little faux pearls, and back along it goes. There's another one. See how well, even though it's faux, so even though these are faux gems, look how well they bothered to make this look. I mean, they just really did an outstanding job. This is some serious craftsmanship. So this would have been a piece that you went into, you know, a higher end store and you couldn't purchase, you know, the real gems, but this would not have been inexpensive. This is a heavy piece. I love it, but I have way too much jewelry. Fold over clasp, that's what I'm looking for. Here it is on my wrist. Now, I'm holding it, but it would be tight on my wrist. So this would fit a size 7.25 down to, if it was a 6.5, the ladies, middle of a ladies small, 6.5, it would fall down to like where my bangle is now. And that's your choice, but it would not fit larger than a 7.25 wrist. I love this type of faux costume jewelry. Okay, thank you for looking. Again, please let me know if there's anything in particular that you have come to see. Okay, this starts at 17. And forgive my background. I did a whole talk about it in the beginning because nobody was here. But I'm getting there, fixing up my new and permanent vintage office. Okay, this is an incredible dark blue jean-like color mineral with fool's gold Pyrex running through it and white. So that's got to be quartz that's running through it to get the fool's gold in there. That would be quartz. I do not know what this blue stone is, but I have to tell you, it's incredible. And it's dark blue. Let's see. see if I turn it off, how dark the one ring light, how dark it is. You can see in the preview as well. Does anyone know what this mineral is? I bought this for myself. Every side is different and unique as well, which I really like. I bought this for myself. There was a period where I was collecting these while taking care of my dad. And I'm not, see, here's the Pyrex or Fool's Gold. I'm not adverse to keeping it. But again, I'm actually trying to pare down. And it's about 4 inches tall. Okay, I just lost a bunch of people. Who knows why? Is it, I don't know, someone else come on? Am my stuff boring? I have no idea. I don't know. I never know what's going on out there. Okay. Thank you for looking. Thank you for being here. At least give me a thumbs up, please. Okay. These are starting at $15 each. And these are really cool. Now, originally, I was thinking I was going to do something with them. I have 2 of them, but I'm not. Just like the person I got them from. It's like you think you're going to do something and then you don't. These are silver, as in real silver. Jingle. Little teeny tiny jingle balls with carving all around. They're hard to show. Here's a little jump ring. And they're teeny tiny. I mean, you could just take another jump ring and put this on a necklace. You could attach it to your keychain. You could buy both of them and make a pair of jingle jangle earrings. Oh, highlight. See, if you take 3 months off to grieve, you lose like everything you've learned for 2 years. Here's the bottom. It's really not showing the detail. I don't get it. Why is that? So it's etched and swirled everywhere. And they are, I mean, I don't even know, 1/4 of an inch. And I have 2 of them. And they are silver. 100% silver. Okay. My cat would probably love to play with those. I don't know where I'm going to put them. I better put them somewhere away from her. Okay. Is there anyone here that wants to see something particular, or are we just hanging out, which is fine? I do it all the time, and I don't always say hi. Most of the time I say hi. Most of the time I engage in the chats because this is my passion, right? But not always at all. So I'm good with that. I get it. You just want to hang out and be somewhere. You're not necessarily buying, but this is where you want to spend your time, hanging out and seeing pretty things and learning about them. And I do the same thing for years and years now. Years and years. I've been selling jewelry for years and years. So this is a buy it now. These are modern. $4, your choice. They are, totally modern. Very lightweight. They are, hold on. Hi, Crafting with Love. How are you? Thank you for popping in. You are new. Thank you for saying hi. I appreciate that. So I did not highlight this. So the reason I bring something like this occasionally is because they have the style of vintage. They have the style of bohemian. They have the style of, all that. But there's something that someone can afford, and then they pay the shipping. And it's just a tight budget. And I rarely bring things this new. I mean, I really don't, because it goes against my vintage and antique passion. They're not plastic either. Well, this is plastic, but I mean, it doesn't tick all my boxes, but it ticks people's budgets. So that's one pair. There's 3. I got these in a lot. And, I just thought somebody, wants these, because I used to buy stuff like this all the time at Walgreens and CVS, and they cost more like $10, not $4. Here is the hanging pair, that iconic design. It's been around forever on wires. Plastic as well. About 1.5 inches maybe. And purple. I don't know how that happens. Purple stones. Excuse me, they're plastic, made to look like stones, on wire hangers. Yep. So those were your choice, $4 each. Do you have a channel, Crafting with Love? Or do you just love it and you craft? But do you have a channel that's about crafting, that's about vintage, that's about, So many people do. That's why I ask. And I'm always curious. Let us know if you do, please. Okay. Let's do some more jewelry. You do have a channel. And I'm assuming your channel is called Crafting with Love. So anyone who's here who likes, is it about crafting? Excellent. And obviously it's about crafting. Anyone here who is into crafting and wants probably a nice relaxing place to go hang out, go check out Crafting with Love. Circle of friends, y'all. Okay. This starts at $10. It is a plastic ring. Nice. Thank you, Crafting with Love. Thank you for sharing all that. Thank you for saying hello. Now, I do not, this is a very heavy plastic costume jewelry ring. It's also very detailed. This is plastic on the front, made to look like metal. It is not a gumball machine ring. And I'm unclear. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the invite. I'm unclear. I'm going to assume this was made anywhere 90s to early 2000s. I could be totally wrong, but that's the feeling I get. It just fits on this finger, so I'm going to assume it's about a 7.5. I love plastic, so, you have to be a plastic lover. I don't only bring plastic on my channel, but I do bring a lot of vintage plastic. Now, No, so this goes down to this. Okay, this is very deceptive. This goes down to an 8.5. See, that's 9. But if it was really an 8.5, it would fit this finger on me. See, this is why, even though these ring gauges are fantastic, you have to take into account, like, if the ring curves in, if it curves out, is it all kinds of factors, right? Because it's fitting here. So even though it says 8.5, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with 8. And 7.5 to 8. I just don't trust it. If it can fit on this finger, but not on this finger, but then see, yeah, that's why I tend to put them on my own fingers more than trust the ring sizer. See how it just, I don't know, because, and it's only $10, so I don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but hey. It's also because this large square piece makes it look like this. So let's do it this way. Okay. When I do it that way, it stops in the middle of an 8. But to be safe, I'd like to bump it up to 7.5. Okay. All right. So that was that one. I love plastic so much. I'm always mystified when it doesn't sell. And if you don't like plastic, you could be in the wrong place. Let's do a couple of household items. This is a buy it now for $14. I believe I paid more than that for this. I started about 5 years ago a collection of cloisonne. You know, the jars, the bells, the bangles, all of that. But I'm downsizing now that I'm downsizing. So this was mine, and it's a buy it now for $14. It's a beautiful older piece. Thank you, crafting. It's a beautiful older piece with the peony. Look at the blue edges on the bell, which is repeated up here. There's a small unopened peony, and I think a little flower bud at the bottom. It's another, I don't quite understand what that is, but that's all right. It's art. And at the top is a little pink flower. Now, you know, this is all the wire work. And then in here, this is glass that has been melted down. This is the traditional cloisonne is glass that is melted down and put on here. And then the gold wire is put around it. It's a whole thing. Here's the inside with a little white ceramic bell. And it does ring very lightly. And it is about 3 inches tall, maybe 2 inches wide. Yeah, it's a really nice little piece. Buy it now, $14. Okie dokie. Let's see. Well, y'all. Do this, and then I will do a bunch of jewelry and then the last of the household items. Okay, and then I'll be back on Friday. Oh, I'm also going to be somewhere on Wednesday. So this is a beautiful piece. I forgot the maker. I want to say like Indiana, but I don't remember anymore. I bought this, good Lord, 5 years ago. So one of the first pieces I bought when I started, when I found YouTube resellers during COVID. Look at this beautiful bump out hobnail. It's not Fenton. In this dark, it's more honey than amber. Even the knob has the little bumps. I don't know if it was a candy jar, a powder jar. So let me take the lid off. I will tell you something about this in a minute. I want to show you individually. It has these for when you set it down inside to not bang on the lid. It does have the teeniest of little chips. This is a much older piece. I think this is from the 30s. And I'll tell you something about it in a minute. I love it. I had it in my bathroom, storing little makeup things in it for a long time. Now, look how this bowl is crimped on the top. See that? Here's the bottom. It does not have like an M for Mosser or, you know, or an I for Imperial. I knew who it was when I bought it, but I don't remember anymore. Now, what I do want to tell you about this is from the 30s, and there's some chemical composition in it where the salt is leaching out of the glass. I don't think you're really seeing it here. I'm not seeing it on camera, but I can see it in person. There's a little bit, maybe. At any rate, it doesn't detract from the beauty of this or the use of this in any way. But what it means when you see these little crystalline things popping out of really old glass, it's just that the chemical composition is breaking down in the glass, okay? It just means that their formula was a little bit off. And you cannot clean this little crystals off. That doesn't happen. It doesn't work. It is what it is. Having said that, it's never bothered me. It's totally irrelevant. I love this. I think I bought this from Miss Pamela. Miss Pamela, my favorite people on this planet. My dad loved her too. God bless her. It is a little over 5 inches tall with the handle and about 5.5 inches around in diameter. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous old piece of glass. I mean, 36, damn near antique. So if anyone knows who the maker is, let me know. It just doesn't. I have bought so many things because I love my vintage, and I sell. I mean, I've been selling vintage jewelry forever, and now I'm selling here on YouTube. And as a caretaker for 3 years up until the middle of March, the amount of indulgence I did for my collections of stuff to make me happy was enormous. And I had 2 houses, my family home where I lived fully for the last 2 years, and this home. And so I was filling both of them up with my collections. Now that they're all here, I am consolidating and keeping the pieces that fit in with my space, my future, and my most precious collections honed down to exactly what I want. Okay? Doesn't mean when I sell something that I've owned for a long time that I don't like it or I don't want it anymore. Not at all. It just means that I need to pare down. So this starts at 22. I mean, honestly, a lot of this stuff that I've been bringing out from my personal collection to sell, it's kind of hard for me to sell. It's stuff, I mean, I bought it because I really liked it. So this is beautiful. This is rose quartz carved. This is a floral pattern. Let me show you the back. I don't think that's sterling silver, but it might be. I have not been able to find in my boxes my metal tester. It would kind of make sense that it would be sterling silver considering the size of this carved rose quartz. But at the same time, rose quartz is a very common semi-precious stone. So putting it on just silver tone metal would also be totally appropriate. So I cannot say for sure. This is someone's handmade piece. Now, these are rose quartz. Golly. If I'm too close, it's too weird. And if I'm too far, you can't see the details. There's a shadow there. That's not any good. If you look at the bottom, Noelle. Noelle, you crack me up. Hold on, Noelle. You see the carving on these rose quartz beads, and you see the pink cotton cord hand knotted in between. And it is pink. Noelle. Hi, Noelle. Yeah, I love you, Noelle. You just crack me up. Oh, Noelle's in at 22. I'm always, so Noelle is my buddy in the vintage jewelry world. She has like a museum collection and she buys from me a lot, but every time somehow I'm like surprised. I'm like, oh, Noelle is, I don't know why I'm surprised, but I always am. Here it is against a black backdrop. And it's just, in case anyone else is interested, got this clasp. These beads are just gorgeous. And it's small. I mean, hold on. Just for the heck of it, Noelle, I see you. I know you're like, Lucinda, pay attention, pay attention. Oh, look, the clasp has something on it. Okay, wait, I never even saw that. What? The clasp has... And often the clasp is just the clasp and has nothing to do with anything. And it's just such a big waste of time to spend all this time looking at it. Oh, good Lord. I can't read the clasp. Yeah, surprise, surprise. What? Almost. Wow, I really cannot read this. I don't know if it's maker's mark or if it's saying that it's gold filled. I think it's a maker's mark. So it's not an artisan piece, and I cannot read it. So here's what we're going to do. Thank you, Noelle. We're going to say, first off, how's it going today, Noelle? Is it hot where you are? It's got to be. Isn't your part of the country going into like a crazy heat wave? Fair warning. Okay, and I know the last several days there's been a huge lag on StreamYard and YouTube. So fair warning, anyone else would have to come in at 23 or more. Last call. It's about to be sold. For $400. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm so sorry, Noelle. So this was sold to Noelle for $22. Good for you. Rose quartz. I think this is so pretty, and it's a little small. Hi, Grace. Dina Grace, how are you, sweetheart? So this is Noelle's. Let me put it in a bag and put it to the side. And then Noelle wants the old hobnail dish. I love it. And Noelle. So that was, what the heck was it, Noelle? Ew, yuck. Oh, Dana, 15. That's what I thought. Just double checking. And then this. Ugh, Dana Grace, no. Just no. I know the Carolinas, Myrtle Beach, the triangle, the temperatures. Good Lord. No. Nope. No and no. No. You know, thank you, Noelle, very much. I appreciate it. I mean, I was born in Chapel Hill, but we, moved around a lot. My father was a professor, and then a world famous researcher, author, lecturer. But so we moved all over the country. But I have to tell you, I can handle high heat as long as it's not humid heat. When I would go and visit my family in North Carolina, or South, they were there for a little while, my aunt and uncle, I would take a shower, and just stepping out of the shower, I was already covered in sweat. So I finally learned, there's no point in that. There's no point in taking a shower. Is it humid where you are, Noelle, is also? Is it? I'm pretty sure, because I've driven through your area in like June, July, and if my recollection is correct, it's right at the beginning of the humidity line, so to speak. Yuck. Just yuck. I have to say. Okay. So God bless y'all. It's going to be hot. Oh my gosh. No. Nope. Oh, you're all the way on the coast. Okay, never mind. I was thinking something else. I was thinking of driving through like the cornfields and all that. Oof. No. Okay, this starts at 14. As long as you have good air conditioner and you go out. I mean, when I lived in the valley here in California, like the main, well, there's not a main valley, but going towards the mountains, towards South Lake Tahoe, the Sacramento Valley. I grew up in Davis as a kid, and you could fry an egg on the sidewalk. I learned, and then I went back to college there. I learned that you go out early in the morning and you're back in the house by 11 a.m. And then you don't go out again till after dark. Yeah, no brie either. That sucks. So I think this is a 70s piece. It is plastic. And I think it was a higher end, like for the secretary or, the right at the end of MCM, ladies going out, right? I think it's really elegant. I love the 3 pieces stacked black, white, with these thin gold spacers. It's heavy as well. There's something about it that's really appealing. Even though I like plastics, this particular piece is very dressy to me. Maybe that's what it is. It's just like I could put on a pair of jeans and a casual shirt, but the minute I put this on with like some small gold earrings, I would be dressed up. It is probably would fall right about here on me. We can check it out. Yeah, Concrete Jungle. Oh, that reminds me of the song Concrete Jungle. I don't know. I really like it. It's a little tiny bit heavy, but I see it as elegant. And that's me, and that's someone who likes my costume jewelry and my plastics. But look. I think that looks great. See what I mean? If I didn't have that orange on, doesn't that instantly make it look like I'm going out for the evening or I'm going into like a fancy office or whatever? Yeah, immediately. That's what I meant. So in the summer with a white t-shirt or a black t-shirt or maybe a white t-shirt with a thin black overcoat, boom. Grace. So this started at 14. Grace. Are you bringing my moment of levity? You're bringing some humor in here. Oh my Grace. TMI, lady. Oh my Lord. Okay. Oh my gosh. What is up with that? Don't say those things. I can smell it because I was in New York 2 years in a row, skipped a year, and then another row in downtown at like the Javits Center. And before that, like in this other place, some really fancy old hotel. It's really famous. I can't remember. And so hot, miserable. And yeah, it smelled. The Javits Center did not smell around it because it's kind of off on its own. But the minute you left the event, and we're walking back to your room, it's like, oof. And they hose the streets down at 5 a.m. all the time. Okay, these are buy it now for $9, and they are fabulous. Beige cream with brown acrylic gold clip-on earrings. Noelle, there's a lot to say for New York. There really is. When I went to the events I went to, here's the back. I think they're really cool. They look like the word we're supposedly not supposed to say, B-O-N-E. But they are just acrylic. They're very thick. They sway, which I'm a big fan of movement. Let's see what they look like over here on my ear. See? Pretty. These would go with that other necklace, kind of. I mean, in my eclectic world, they would. Instant office elevation. They are a little heavy. And they're just clip-ons. I would say, I know these are the 80s, 90s. And Helen, hello, Helen. Aren't you at like the 100-mile yard sale or something? Are you with Sandy? Are you with Miss Pamela? What are you doing? I'm excited. So someone was talking about this either in my chat or another one, and these remind me of Dynasty in the 80s. So they definitely could be 80s. Anyway, buy it now for $9. Oh, you leave Wednesday. Okay. But you're going to go meet up with Sandy, right? What about Miss Pam? Is she going to go? I mean, isn't she going to go? I think she does. I think so. Okay. This is another buy it now. Let's do a little household item for Sandy and Pat. Miss Pat was at I was at Steph and Edwards sale, and Miss Pat was at a Barbie event, which made perfect sense. Oh, highlight. Got a highlight. So if anyone has just come in, and thank you for doing so, I do not do recaps. I put out a preview because I'm finally getting back into the swing of my Mondays. And you can go to your settings and go through real fast and drop into the chat at any time something that you're interested in, and I will happily bring it back up for you. This is a modern but very beautiful thin blue glass with gold paint perfume bottle. I bought 3 of these. About 4 months ago. And I can get a lot more if people are interested. But I'm selling them essentially at the cost that I got them at. I'm not making money. I just thought a lot of you might be interested. Now, I will say I brought a red and a blue one several months ago, and when I went to pack it, I dropped this, and it shattered immediately. So it's a fragile item. It's a fragile item. You really don't drop it. But how beautiful a display would it be in your bathroom? It's like a little genie bottle. It is thin glass. Tiny. It's about 3 inches tall with that swirl. And it's pretty. It's fun. It would look great with like pearls, pearls draped here in the middle of it. Yes, it would. This is going to go over with the antique vase that I brought, in case anyone missed that. This is a crystal, paper thin, at least 100 years old. There you go. The vase, it's about 6.5 inches tall, and it's just thin like paper. I would ship it very carefully. Okay. And I brought it at a really good price. I had one a little similar that I brought maybe, 8 months ago, and it was about double that price. So I am trying to keep everyone in mind, you and me, and what we all need. I need to make some profit, and you don't necessarily have a lot of spending power. Miss Bonnie, hello. Look at all these people coming and hanging out with me. Wow. I got Noelle, I got Grace, I got Bonnie, I got Helen. What's going on? There was a new person, crafting with love. Unbelievable. Hi, everyone. This is very nice. So these are what you call ear climbers. Ear climbers. Clip-on earrings. Oh, I didn't highlight Gigi. And Gigi's here too. Okay. Can I just take a moment to say, wow. I love all of you ladies. Thank you so much for popping in and hanging out with me for a little while. Good Lord. Is George in here? Knock it off. Is George in here? I don't see George. I don't know. Maybe. These are ear climbers. Clip-on earrings. They are faux pearls. I mean, I do really well with showing one at a time. And I'm still getting used to this new setup in my working on vintage office. There, I have a ring light overhead that's a huge rectangle that changes colors, and a ring light here, and there's a shadow. So here is the center opalescent rhinestone. Then there are the gray rhinestones. This helps. Then there are the gray rhinestones, and then the faux pearls. And you see how the gray rhinestones give off a lot of sparkle, and then this opalescent rhinestone must have foil under there. It's really unusual. It's not, I don't believe it's AB coated. It's foil under there. That's doing all of that. And what do I mean by ear climber? Well, let's undo the clip. Kathy's in here too. Get out of here. Kathy Wiseman. Here is the back. It is really well made. 1950s. With the faux pearls, it's pushing towards the late 50s, but look how well the huddling is done on the back. Really nice. And so what do I mean by ear climber? It goes up your ear and it has a pattern. So it goes like this. Boom. Look at that. That is too much light on my face. Okay, now let's go like that. That is way too much light. It climbs up the ear like that. So that's one side. And then you have to do the other side this way. Yep. And they are, oh, good Lord. These would be very hard to measure. Probably almost 2 inches in this climbing across, and almost 1.5 inches up, if that makes any sense at all. Yeah. Something happened all of a sudden with the top of my head where it's like really bright. I don't get that. Hello, Bruce and Dennis are here too, and Kathy Wiseman is here. Okay, so what just happened, y'all? Did someone raid me? I never have all of you at once in here. Never. And that is really odd what just happened to the top of my head with this. They would, Grace, they would make great shoe clips, and you could do the shirt clip. I don't have a collar shirt on, so I can't show you. I may get up and futz with my overhead ring light. Hi, everyone. I am touched. I am going to get up for a second, just a second, those start at 16, and flip my ring light and see why did it all of a sudden decide to shine so brightly on my head. It's incredibly annoying. Let's see if that helps. No, that is really, I don't know. We'll just roll with it. I feel like I have a halo. Okay, so we will pass on that. I have to go find it. Seriously, did I get a raid? Was I shared out? What happened? I have so many people that popped in and commented all of a sudden. I had to scroll way up to find the thing to unhighlight. Wow. So I don't do recaps, and probably all of you know that. I'm putting in the wash. Yeah, I don't have a washer and dryer here yet. I'm going to get, I have a laundromat that's 12 minutes away, but I want my own washer or dryer, and I'm going to go out on a limb and get the one machine that both washes and dries and runs on a 120 volt plug. They're incredibly expensive, but you know, a girl has to do laundry, and I'm older, and carrying all that stuff to a laundromat is not happening. I can't do it. I'm older, so okay. Thank you for bearing with me while I change the ring light. I don't know. I didn't have that, and all of a sudden I'm like a silver fox or something. I don't know what's happening. A lot of you have probably seen this before. That's okay. You're seeing it again. Those are little red glass rhinestones in a silver tone. It very likely is pewter, domed pave type costume jewelry ring. It's very heavy, so it's probably silver toned over top of not pewter, probably just pot metal. Pewter would be too soft. I love this one. Yes, right, Gigi, but it's very expensive, and you know, very expensive. And I didn't get like millions of dollars from my parents both being dead. I'm just picking a couple things I really need, and I'm looking towards aging. I'm looking towards aging and how to age on my land, and trying to make really smart financial decisions about what to spend money on, and the rest of it will go in the bank for emergencies. So this is this huge, and then Kat is here. Hi, Kat. How are you? Everyone is here. How did that happen? You guys, I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. I can't. Where did you guys all come from? Making my day. I love this. This would have been very expensive in the department stores back in the 60s? No crying. Well, everyone all of a sudden is here. You surely do understand, Gigi, as I want to measure this way with the band. So it is a size 8.5. As we get older, we have to plan, how are we going to age in our home, right? If that's what we want to do. And that's what I want to do. I want to do the same thing my parents did. But you really have to think about how you're going to do that, and how far is the hospital, and, You know, I have a rural health clinic 20 minutes away, but they're not open at nights or on the weekends. So those are actually glass stones. 8.5. I think it's beautiful. It's like it would have been like your cocktail ring. Right? That looks good. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait. See, there's so many people and I don't have a mod. I was scrolling up to remove the 15 and Noelle, there you go. Surprising me. I'm going to put the costume jewelry ring down. And Noelle, thank you, Noelle. Noelle would like the climber earrings. They're really cool, Noelle. Noelle has the most wonderful jewelry collection. She doesn't let anything get past her. Nope, she does not. And she lurks everywhere. That's what I figured out. I have figured out there's to be, no one talking. No one's interested in the jewelry. Nothing's going on. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes Noelle. Thank you, Noelle. Now, I have to, no, what is that? Oh, me and technology is terrible. It's true, Noelle. It's like no one's interested in, whoever's sale it is. And I'm looking at the thing and I'm thinking, God, that's incredible. And no one wants it. And then, boom, there's Noelle. So, Helen, if you are still in here, Helen, tell us a story of this journey. I just removed that price and it's still there. Hold on. What did I do? Helen, if you're still in here, and you may not be, I have no idea what's going on anymore. I think I got rated. She does, Kat. She totally does. And Patsy, yes, Kathy, and Patsy, same thing. Lurking and then pounce. Helen, tell us your journey about where exactly you're going and for how long. Helen, the New England thrifter, was in here. She may or may not be anymore. She's going on an adventure that I want to go on. Yep. And I thought I was going to go this summer if my father passed, but it's way too soon. So I'm going to do it next year. I'm going to rent like a camper van, small one, just the bare necessities, and go camping and go meet all the resellers out there that I know, and I know a lot, and buy all across the United States for like 2 months. Yep, and just pack everything away or ship it back home to me. I certainly am. And Miss Helen, New England thrifter, is going to they call it the mile-long yard sale, but it's the whole line of Kentucky along a highway. And I am jealous. And she's going with Miss Pat and Sandy Spiffy. So this is just probably late 70s, 80s, like trading post copper cuff. Buy it now, 13. It doesn't say, these oftentimes from the trading post would be stamped genuine copper or something like that. This is not stamped that, so it could be earlier than what I'm saying. It's possible. But it's very lightweight, so therefore my determination was that it was newer than that. I am planning that trip. Yeah. Noel. I've been planning that trip for a long time, Dana, for my heart and soul. And I see Kat is in on this. Oh, she can't be in on it because it's a buy it now. I have too many friends in here at one time. I'm good at wouldn't that be awesome, Kat? You know what, Kat? You'll be able to one day. But you know, saying that doesn't sound right. And I know that. Thank you, Kat. I appreciate it. That doesn't sound right. And I just want to say to like back that up. Let me put this in a bag and put it to the side to back that up and clear that statement up. You're, I believe, a long way away from that. I was maybe a year away from that, and I started saying it out loud here in my channel and on the phone with my friends, my reseller friends, because I needed to have a bright side of looking forward to something beyond being someone else's mind, body, and soul for 3 years. And so I allowed myself to say it out loud, and I allowed myself to have a dream, and it really helped. Yeah. Okay. Oh. Hi, Bonnie. Your brother called? Bonnie, are you doing okay? Bonnie? I know you've been going through some stuff with your health. I think you're back, honey. Is that right? Okay, these are really random, but I think they're really interesting. Oh, hey, see, me and technology. One day I'm going to have a mod. I think that the right person out there can use these appropriately, and that right person is not me. So, let me show you this and then tell you what this is. See the bubbles? See the dark green glass? And right up there is a thin little hole that you can put a piece of metal through. Okay? And then there is these curved, green, carved leaves. Same thing. They have a tiny hole for wire. I have 1, 2. There's no damage to any of these. 3. Oh, Bonnie. That's what I thought. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All a little bit different. And 3 of these. So what are these? These are those glass grapes. The MCM glass, not plastic or lucite, grapes that come in a bunch. And these came in kits that you made them yourself. So I have they're 2 blue, a bunch of 2 blue, and a bunch of green. And these came in the bag when I got them. I guess someone didn't want to make or use these other ones. I don't know, but they are here. They are fabulous. They are from like the late 50s, early 60s for crafting. And I just thought for $10, someone can do something really cool with these. Some kind of display. some kind of crafting, a necklace, although it's very thin metal wire. So you'd have to put the metal wire through and then attach a jump ring. But someone wants these. Someone needs them. It's just not me. Well, Bonnie, yes, it's very emerald green, like Wizard of Oz. And you do have my prayers, Bonnie. I'm going to have an MRI on my neck next Wednesday. I think next Wednesday. Yes. Bonnie, yes, it's $10 for the whole bag, Bonnie. Yes, indeed. Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I was trying to charge $10 a leaf? That would be terrible. Oh, good Lord. So yes, Bonnie, this whole bag starts at $10. Okay, if you're interested. The whole bag starts at $10. Okay, so thank you, Bonnie. Thank you for asking. I guess that wasn't clear. My apologies. My apologies. Fair warning. Allowing for the lag. Someone would have to come in at 11 or higher. Last call. Yes, you are taking them for 10, Bonnie. Thank you, Bonnie. I appreciate you. I appreciate that very much. Where'd it go? Sold to Bonnie. $10. These are really cool. And you're not going to find these MCM grapes and leaves somewhere else. Bonnie, let me know what you do with them. I'm really curious. Thank you. Kat, if you are still here, am I allowed to, I can do whatever I want. I did say something on Friday, but am I allowed to say with you? Oh, good for you. You know what? I'm going to start doing more of that, Bonnie. Am I allowed to say where I'm going to be Wednesday, Kat? I did say on Friday where I was going to be. And then I thought, well, wait a minute. Maybe I'm not supposed to be saying anything. On Wednesday, I was invited by the fabulous Sabrina and Kat duo to come do a live sale on Sabrina's channel this Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. I'm so excited. I have all this stuff I'm bringing laid out over here, and I'm going to take a video and upload it this evening. Woohoo! I'm very happy about it. Okay, so this starts, thank you for inviting me. That's just, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm actually a little nervous. It's like celebrities. Oh, Bonnie, I hope you get back in time. And I hope you have someone that is supporting you and taking you and holding your hand and all that good stuff. Okay. Someone out there probably knows the maker. Lord knows I don't. I think this is from, do you know what? I really don't know. It could be modern and it could just be vintage style. I'm having a hard time with this one. So I'm just going to show it for what it is. Here's the clasp. Here's the extender. It's about 2 inches. This is dark green. Okay. Here it's on like a copper chain. Here we get into this. I here's the bottom. It has these like blue. These are plastic. Those are plastic rhinestones. They still sparkle, but they're plastic, not glass. All of this is plastic. Here's the bottom. Now, like I said, I don't think this is vintage. I think it's done in a vintage style. But I picked it up because of that reason. It has, you know, all of the faceted bead work. It has the plastic, and I love it when there's rods through the beads like that. It has the plastic with the, see, this is where I have to get like this. Has the plastic with the swirled colors. It has the light blues, see-through. It has this turquoise colors. It has this little metal gold ball, this green cut one, larger on the bottom. It just has a whole bunch of this going on. And I really like the way, it does not have a name. I really wish it did. I like the layers. Again, this would be a great summer necklace piece, wouldn't it? And it's on all the way open on the extender. So as long as it's like that. Oh no, Bonnie. Okay. Bonnie, if I lived closer, I'd come help you. Okay. Bonnie. It's 13 inches long on one side with the extender. The extender is let's say 10 inches long on each side without the extender, so 20 inches. And I'm going to undo the extender, and even though I know this isn't vintage, again, I try to really keep it in mind right now, everyone's budget. There's one. I just love the balls, that just this dangly thing. I love this. I love it. I could wear it all day. There's always a tangle. There's always a tangle. There you go. I think it's fabulous. And in 20 years, this is going to be vintage. If it's not already, it could be from the 80s, 90s. No idea. I like it. Okay. That started at 16. Thank you all for looking. I appreciate it. So I'm coming towards the end of my stuff. I can't believe how many people popped in here. Thank you, guys and gals. What, if any, household items did I not show? Oh, that. Okay, I showed the crystal candlestick holders. I didn't show the Santa Ana tea set. And then I have just a couple more jewelry items, and that's it. So the whole set of Santa Ana ware, this is from the early 1940s, late 30s. It is so beautiful. The entire set. And I believe at this price, it's likely what I bought it for, but I need it to go to someone else. Okay. Upside down. It's a beautiful, like, baby blue color. Santa Ana ware. Made in California. Yep, it was at one of those, 150, 250 small California pottery places. A lot of these pottery places were pottery places before the war. Then they transferred and got involved in, all the factories for World War II. Then they went back for a while. Some of them through the 50s, they started disappearing in the 60s to pottery after the war. So this is the creamer. It's just flows. It's soft like butter. There's no crazing. There's no cracks. See, now look, my camera, in focusing on me, keeps making my hair different colors. I don't get it. I don't understand that. Okay. The creamer is a little over 4 inches high with the handle 5 inches wide. Okay, so that's the creamer. You would have to be able to touch this and hold this. It is so beautiful. The sugar is missing its lid. That's why it's $38. It's missing its lid. But honestly, if you're just setting it out for a fancy tea, you just put a little bit of sugar in, or sugar cubes, and have one of the sugar forks and just use sugar cubes. Yep. Or use this for little flowers, because you don't use sugar because it's not good for us, right? And I'm one to talk because, my God, the amount of sugar that I indulged when I was a caretaker, terrible. I am just now getting out of the sugar habit. I was never a huge sugar eater. Where's the line? I always have enjoyed sugar, but responsibly. And that went out the window the last 2 years. But it's come back. So this lid, the reason why it took me a while, it has those little bump outs to keep the lid down. So you have to find the space on the top. And I have newspaper still in there. Yes, I do. Here is the teapot. Look how sexy it is. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Sorry, that's what popped into my head, because this is short and stout, right? And then it's got that fantastic handle. It's absolutely perfect in my hand. Santa Ana. Noelle left me an email. What? Bruce. So, $36 for the set of Santa Ana teaware. This is my handle. This is my spot. Noelle. I'm a little teapot. And you know what? Think about, okay, wait a minute. You know the cartoon and the I'm a little teapot thing? And doesn't the teapot look like this with a face on it? Someone help me out. I'm not totally crazy. Oh, Bruce, you sent Noelle an email. Thank God. See, in my mind, I was like, wait a minute. Why would Noelle email me if she's here? I got it. And Bruce, I'm assuming you're Bruce. Maybe you're Dennis. Hello. I don't know. I shouldn't make assumptions. Gets me in trouble. I don't mind that you said that to tell Noelle something at all. There's a lot of resellers out there that I found get really uptight if you say something to someone that, you share in common in selling to. I don't feel that way at all. I feel that we are all one big group of friends, or at least comrades, who are, reselling. And if you can reach out to someone in my chat, I am not offended at all. Fact of the matter is, Bruce, if anyone who's in here does not know Bruden's Treasure Chest, please go follow their channel. They have incredible stuff for sale. I myself have not been able to make it over there for about a month due to just, my life situation, but they have incredible things and some very unique things a la Dennis. So go sub to their channel, please. Yep. I've bought quite a bit from Bruce and Dennis, and I enjoy their show. Okay, so everyone saw everything I had except this. And if you didn't, and I have 2 little bracelets, I'm going to bring them another time. I put up a preview. You can go and watch that. And you can always reach out to me for the next several days and claim an item. And up until tonight at like 10 o'clock Pacific, which is, just call it midnight Eastern. Okay, let's keep it simple. Midnight Eastern, my last 2 Friday clearance sales, there's a note in the comments on my second clearance sale, which was just last Friday, 3 days ago. If you read that and then you go back and watch those, you might be a very happy person. So I advise you to go check it out. And this is starting at 14. They do, right, Noelle? They really do. And at reasonable prices too. I love this thing, but I love plastic. I love this thing. Totally 1960s, 1970s. Red and white with gold spacers. Necklace. I love this stuff. This is the stuff that all the adults were wearing when I was growing up. And this is like this really long, it reminds me of Western, where like lariat keeps coming to mind, but lariat would not have a clasp. It's just, thin plastic, but there's something about it that I adore. Okay, have a fantastic day, Bruce. Thank you for popping in. I appreciate it. This was my last item, so it's all good. So here you go. Ignore the orange seed bead, 70s hippie necklace. Noelle's going to call me out on that. There you go. See, there's just a play. It's very Western. It's very simplistic Native American. I don't know. There's something about it. When I saw it, I was like, I have to pick that up. I really like it. And it comes down to here. So, it's right in the middle of the top of all of this. And at that length, it's going to be about 26 inches. I really like it. Porcupine quill. Yep. I totally see that. Noelle, I totally see that. Porcupine. I see that. Bye, Noelle. Yes, please come stop in on Wednesday with Kat and Sabrina on Sabrina's channel. I will be there. They will be there. And then, of course, I'll be on again on Friday. And 4th of July, Friday, I will not be having a sale. Just a heads up. Okay, Noelle, thank you. Have an excellent, excellent week. And I will see you Wednesday. Or I will see you somewhere. So that was my last item. I mean, oh, no, I lied. I do have this one more little thing, but you know what? Oh, heck with it. Let's do it. Let's run it. It's there. It's in the basket. And then I can do the video for Wednesday on Kat and Sabrina's. And have some lunch and walk the dog some more. Can someone please put her link? Oh, Kat. I don't have any mods. Sabrina, Gigi, I can do this. Hold on. Because you know what? I don't know. I don't know how to drop links in because I'm a dummy. Gigi, I don't know how to do it. So, Gigi, Sabrina's channel is called Simon Says Let's Make a Deal. I hope that helps. Kat, if you're here, you can't drop the link. I don't know how to do that. You would think after 2 years I wouldn't know how to do that. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Gigi. There it is. Now, hold on. I'm trying something here. Copy link. Okay, now I'm going to my channel. Now I'm live. Gigi, look at this. Okay, now I'm going to my channel. Now I'm live. Gigi, look at this. Gigi. I did it. That's it. That's it. Hands up. I did it. Okay. This is the last item for real. $15. This is very old. And I wonder if it wasn't for a watch fob. So this is because I've had this since I started with, I was selling on eBay, costume jewelry, vintage and antique in 2001. And I've had this in my box. It's just coming out. I love this thick chain. And it is very like gold plated. Okay, see back here, it's not washed out coppery. That's a good color. It's short. It's probably going to be about 16 inches. But here's the interesting thing about it. That's the clasp. These 3 orange rhinestones. And there's nothing on the chain. And the chain is so thick that I'm not imagining in my mind that there was something on a jump ring that was taken off with this clasp. So what I'm imagining, bye Bonnie, you too, sweetheart. What I'm imagining is that this maybe had a watch on it. Honest to God. And then this looped over your pocket. That's what I'm imagining. So I'm going to show you my imagination. Honestly, my imagination is that something, this is a powder makeup given to me by Karen, my friend Karen Chasing Vintage, that it went with a smaller than this, like pocket watch, right? Because why would there be this really fancy clasp, but no jewels? Oh, this smells so good, this powder. Sorry, I'm distracted now. See, the Estee Lauder. I do also, but it's just my antique crystal base is over there, so I'm being really careful. I do have, this was my grandfather's watch, pocket watch. He was a jeweler from Germany. in New Jersey. But silver and gold can go together under the right circumstances, but not with this necklace. So anyway, this is started at 15. And it is about, good Lord, it's probably only 14 inches. That's the other reason it's really short. So unless you were showing the 3 rhinestones right here, and it's like as old as Victorian times, that's a possibility. Otherwise, it's so short, all I can think of is watch fob. Yeah, it's like 7.5 inches on each side, 14. So it would be coming right to here. So it's a mystery piece, but it's old, it's beautiful, and I've had it for a long time, and I thought I'd bring it out and see what y'all thought about it. Okay. All right. Well, I got to tell you all, I had a fabulous day. Lovely, lovely afternoon. And all of you have so kind and so gracious. And you all came out of nowhere and just touched my heart. Thank you for that. Everyone have a wonderful evening, a great afternoon. Prayers, Bonnie. And I will see everyone Wednesday and then Friday. Okay. Thank you. Take care.